Do you have an old electric sander that just won't hold a pad anymore? Today, I'm going to show you how to fix it by putting on a brand new Platen. In today's video, we're going to fix this old mouse sander. I realize these are only about $40 to buy new, but this one just needs a new Platen. The Velcro is just all worn out. Now the model number for this old sander is Black & Decker BD EM600, and that's the Black & Decker mouse. This is the older mouse. Now the process I'm going to show you for replacing the Platen, it's good for this mouse, or pretty much any palm sander. I went online, I was looking around, I was having a little trouble finding my part. I ended up at ereplacementparts.com and they had my part. So the part number for this older mouse sander on their website is N886264. So that's our little project for today. This shouldn't take too long. This process is pretty simple. We're just going to take out these 3 screws. Now these are T10 Torx screws. There is a Phillips screw up here, but that's just to hold on the tip of the Platen, because this particular sander has a finger Platen that you can put in there in its place. Now for this project, I'm not going to use this particular wrench because the end is kind of worn out on this wrench. I'm going to use my impact bits. These are much better. They're made of a hardened steel. Now here's a little tip. If you have bits like this and they're not magnetized and they fall out, you can use a small magnet. I keep a lot of these around, and they work really good for holding the bit into a situation like this. Or if you have a screwdriver and you have a screw you're trying to reach, you can put a magnet on your screwdriver and then you can reach in and get your screw out from there. Let's get started with the top screw. These should come out pretty easy for us. Also like to use the magnetic tray to hold my screws. That way you don't lose anything. Boy, you can see just how worn out that Platen is. Look at the top. Look at those flat spots. All right, so this is just going to come right off. There we go. There's a cotton gasket that's in there. This is part of the dust collection system. This particular unit has the dust collection system that plugs in at the bottom. So the way that works is with the Platen has holes. It sucks the dust out and it pulls it through there into the dust collection system. This one's a little fluffy around the edges, but I think it's going to work just fine. This Platen has little receptacles that hold the feet from the mouse sander, and this just plugs right in. So there we go. Oh yeah, I felt it click right into place. Already I can feel a huge difference. This Platen is definitely going to be much better. Let's get these screws back in there. Again, these are the T10 screws. All right, there it is. Get it all snugged down. So let's just kind of do a comparison side by side. Here's that old Platen. I can't even pick the Platen up with the pad. And then there's the new one. That's gonna be great. That should keep this sander going for a few more years. Plus I saved myself some money. I'm glad you watched, and I hope you'll watch again.